Hi monkeys, it's Arwen Brooke here, and I have a little something for you. While you're at home and not able to work out with us at the studio, I thought you could use a little help. So I've made a workout for you. It's about 45 minutes long and involves the magic circle. So hopefully you have something like this at home, and I hope you have lots of fun with the workout. Enjoy. Let's get started. So we're going to start by lying down and taking our right foot into the ring. We'll slide the left leg out to straight and organize the right foot so that the foot is flexed, the heel is reaching up to the sky, drawing your right sit bone down towards the left heel and letting the leg lengthen into a stretch. We're going to use the ring to create a hamstring stretch, but we're also going to try to activate the hamstring all at once. So you're going to bend the knee. And then as your knee bends, you're going to also draw the foot overhead as if you could bring your toes all the way to the top of the mat until you run into your maximum stretch. And then we're going to try to straighten the leg, but keep this foot close to our body, close to our head end of the mat as we lengthen the leg towards straight. Maybe it moves away a little bit, but we're not allowing it to stretch away from us like that. So we're going to bend and straighten, all with really active arms, pulling the leg in towards us for this really activated stretch. So these muscles are feeling work and stretch throughout the entire series. Just 3 or 4 of those. And then we're going to lengthen the leg, letting it stay in the stretch, but maybe back off just a little bit. You're going to point and flex the foot, watching that those 5 toes all draw back towards your shin, nice and evenly. So good ankle movement here, and then pause. Take your right hand down to the mat. It's time to stretch the IT band. Hooray. You're going to take the leg across your body and pause. Think of weighting the right hip down towards the mat. It doesn't have to stay in contact, but just a little bit of energy falling back will help make sure the stretch really gets some good strength. And then you're going to point and flex the foot here, just like you did in your hamstring stretch. And then center, switch hands. So we're taking this first leg through a few different ranges of motion to help loosen things up and warm up that hip. Warm and flexible hips are going to help everything in the body work better, from our spine, being able to flex smoothly in our roll-ups, to just the easeful feeling of upright posture after we're done. And then we're going to bring the leg back to the center, and time for a little bit of extra fun. We're going to take the leg away from the body, nod the chin, and peel ourselves off of the mat. As we reach the top, we'll lift the leg and send the chest up to the sky to create as close to a nice narrow V as we can, and then push into the heel on the right foot as you curl the tail under and roll back down. Bring the leg overhead, and then scissor the leg towards the mat and round to come back up. All of this may look and feel a little bit different in your body, but you're using your hamstrings as your guide. So the leg will get as close to you as it can with your hamstring flexibility. As you roll down, again, bending the elbows, bring the leg towards you just as far as that hamstring will let you. And again, nod the chin, peeling up. So we're looking for that peeling sensation through the spine, looking for that deep curve to the low back. Since we're just getting started, it's completely normal to have a little bit of a tightness there. We're just going to pay attention and try to work our way into a little bit more flexibility over the course of our workout. So what we're going to do now is pause at the bottom, stay right there. We're going to switch legs. You can make it fancy or do it in any other way that feels safe and friendly. And then here we are working on the same series on the second side. So you're going to draw the left sit bone down towards your heel just to increase some space on that left side. Bend the knee, draw the foot in towards you, and bring the foot overhead so you're stretching into that hamstring. And then keeping the foot as close to us as we can, we're going to lengthen the leg towards straight. Woo-hoo. And bend. And straighten. Keep those arms active. Pull those toes right in close to your body. And bend. And breathe. See if you can get your abdominals to participate a little bit as you straighten the leg, getting a little bit more core support, because we move better when our core is established before we take on any of these challenges. So from the center out, we're really active. And then hold there, maybe letting off on the stretch just a little bit and adding the ankle in. So 2 sides may be 2 different experiences, as is the case in my body. So you might find one like it's a little closer to you or further. You might feel some different stretches, more in the hamstring, more in the calf, depending on who you are and which side we're looking at. And then pause here, take your left hand down to the mat, cross the leg over your body again, and start to feel into that IT band stretch. Heavy through the left hip, and then point and flex, point and flex. A few more like that. Noticing how that foot and ankle are connected into your hip. You may not be able to explain it, but you can feel it. And then come back to center, and then switch hands and switch directions, taking your left leg out to the side. And I can't be certain if we did the ankle when we stretched our adductors on the first side, but there's no harm in adding it in here. And then back to center, both hands on the ring as we do our roll up. So you're gonna kick the leg away from you, draw the chin down towards your chest, roll through the spine, and then lift the heart and roll your body back. And again, take yourself into that stretchy place, and then nod the chin, peel up. See if you can get the low waist to sink a little deeper into the mat as you peel through, and then lift your heart. If you need to use a little momentum to get up on either side or both, that's okay, but still see if you can really feel the abdominals draw back. So you're not just relying on momentum, you're offering your body a little assist, but you're still practicing that good deep scoop and awareness through your spine. Last one, lifting up and then exhaling to roll back down. From here, we're going to take our ring and use it to help us all the way up, because I forgot the next thing I want to do is upright. So we're going to take the ring and set it aside, and then come into a all fours position for a moment. We're going to use the ring to support us in a lunge. So you're going to step the right foot forward between the hands, and then take yourself all the way up to high kneeling. We'll place the ring on the outside of the right side of the body and walk your right foot inchworm it forward a couple of inches. From here, you're going to drop the right sit bone down, lift up on the front of that left hip, draw the low abdominals in, and see if you can create a little bit of a tilt to the pelvis. So it's not going to move a lot, but you sure can engage a lot getting into your glutes. And then from here, we're just going to weight shift forward. So now we're really feeling this stretch in our left hip flexors. And then we're going to take our right hand a little further away with the ring to the right side of the body, reach the left arm up to the sky, and engage downward into the ring as we side bend over to the right, and then lift up. And again, feel the right shoulder drop down as we side bend, using the ring for some support, but also to engage the right side of our body to help lengthen and lift the left side. 3 of those, and then we're going to bring the ring into our hands overhead and stretch the chest up to the sky as we continue to lunge. And then exhale, you're going to lower the arms and take your ring into, so the handles are stacked, bring the backs of your hands into the ring, and then open the arms out to the side, shrug the shoulders down. Inhale the arms up to the sky. You're going to lunge a little deeper. Exhale, you're going to bring the ring forward and bow the upper body. Inhale, reach and reach the heart up to the sky. Exhale, flex and round. So the pelvis is forward towards that front foot, and we're flexing the upper body like you're doing an upper abdominal curl. One more time up. And exhale down. And then organize and lift. We'll bring the ring down, place the hands down, step the left foot back, and now we'll go again on the left side. So inchworm those feet forward on the left, come up to high kneeling, drop your left sit bone down, and then bring your ring to the outside of your body. A little wider, so it's not right underneath you. Your arm is able to start straight. And we'll take the pelvis, reorient it. So you're going to draw up on the pubic bone, draw down on the tail, engage your glutes, feeling that tuck, and then bring your weight forward. Really think of tucking and bringing your pelvis forward from underneath. And then from there, you should be feeling a really decent stretch through the right hip flexors. We'll take the right arm up. Take a nice big breath in. And on the exhale, you're going to engage down into the ring to side bend. And we'll do that again. Feeling that root of the arm from underneath the armpit help connect us into the ring. And there we go. Bring the ring up to the sky. And we're going to lunge a little further forward and lift the chest. And then bring the ring back down. Again, turn the ring so you can stack the handles and press the backs of your hands into the ring. Turn back to level and open the arms into the ring. So there's energy on the outside of your shoulders. And then we're going to lift the ring up and lift the chest. And exhale, lower the ring and flex the spine. Tuck the tail under and round the upper body. Inhale, heart to the sky. Exhale, flex and round. This is full body. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, flex and round. One more time to the sky. One more time down. And then stack the spine. Release the ring. And we'll come back to kneeling. We're going to set the ring aside for a moment and scoot a little bit forward on our mats to go into a quad stretch. So you're going to take your hands behind you on the mat and then place your right foot out in front alongside the inner left knee. As you do this, try to level your hips so that they're both starting out square. If your knees don't like this, you have the option to get into a similar stretch lying on your stomach or on your side like so. And that should be just as effective and maybe what your body needs today. Pay attention to your knees. Make sure you're not pushing into a place of discomfort. So your right foot is out in front of you. Your shoulders are really drawing down and your heart is lifted, so your shoulders are back. And then you're going to lift your hips up off of the bottom heel. We're going to use those same muscles we did in our lunge to tuck the tail under. Not going to move much, but it's going to feel like a lot. And then maybe you're going to stay right there. Maybe you're going to engage the bottom foot into the mat as if you were kicking the leg towards straight. And then from here, we're going to lift the chest up. And then exhale, tuck the tail under more and round going in towards your center. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, tuck and round. So you'll see it's not a big movement in the spine, but we're going for deep activations despite the fact that we won't move a great deal. Inhale, one more time, open. And exhale to round. And then lower the hips. And we can walk the hands forward, transitioning the right foot back, and then bringing the left foot forward and walking the hands behind us. Again, if you feel something in your knee, come back off on the stretch, just staying here. If you lift and find that it causes you any discomfort, stay down. And then tucking the tail under from here, rounding into your lower half, and then lift the chest, open the shoulders. We're going to lift and open the whole front body. Exhale, tuck the tail under and round, go inward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, curl and round. You may feel anything from a super intense quad stretch to some significant work in your shoulders and even into your abdominals. Inhale, open. Exhale, flex and round. And then land the hips down. Okay, we're going to walk our hands forward and then come out of our kneeling position to come to seated. And then we're going to take our ring with us as we lower ourselves down to the mat. So you're going to hold the ring in your hands on the outside, lengthen the arms long, shrug the shoulders down, and then curl the tail under. And then inhale, reaching the arms back. Exhale, squeeze into the ring, imprint through the low waist, and roll all the way up. And again, pressing into the ring, curling the tail under, finding that movement through the spine. Inhale, reaching back. Exhale, nod the chin, scoop and peel up. And repeat. We're doing this with bent knees to help us get a little bit more movement through the low back. If you're finding that extremely difficult to get up or you're running into a roadblock, you're welcome to try straightening your legs and see if that allows you to move a little bit more. You're also welcome to set the ring down and use your hands on the sides of the legs as needed. And I'm going to go back to bent knees. Good. And then inhale, hold. Exhale, roll all the way back down. Now we're going to place the ring between our inner thighs, just above the knee. And then reorganize so that your feet, while a little bit wider than your hips, are going to still be a little narrower than your knees at their widest. So this is their widest holding the ring, and then as we squeeze into, they're going to come closer and together. So see if you can place your heels about in line with where your knees can go as you squeeze the ring. So here we go. We're going to take some nice full breaths and let our belly inflate, and then exhale, and see if you can empty out all of the air and feel a little bit of this cinching energy in the core. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, cinch. And now you're just going to combine that with the ring. So you're going to inhale to expand your abdominals and the ring, and then exhale, abs and knees come together. Inhale, open. Exhale, connecting in. And inhale, open. And exhale, feeling your body power up at the center. It's all about getting strong at your center. So everything else that flows out from your center has more ease and freedom because it all comes from a very stable and centered place. Now we're going to add a little pelvic tilt. So as you exhale, you're going to scoop the abdominals and tuck the tail under. So it's going to scoop and curl our low back into the mat. Inhale, release. Exhale, scoop and curl. And inhale, release. And exhale, scoop and curl. Hold there, land your arms by your sides. You're going to take this into a bridge, peeling the tail, and then the rest of the spine off of the mat. Open the shoulders into the mat and breathe. Exhale, keep squeezing and roll back down. At the bottom, let it all go. Inhale, release. Let the abdominals go. Let the inner thighs go. Exhale, squeeze the ring. Scoop the abdominals. Curl the tail under. Peel up into your bridge. Roll the shoulders back. Keep the abdominals engaged so your ribs don't hover up and open this space into this like less powerful, less connected place. Pull it all together and then roll back down and open. And again, if you get the abdominals engaged early on, you won't have that rib flaring problem. And then breathe in at the top. Exhale, scoop and roll back down. Awesome job. Your inner thighs should be feeling nice and toasty now. So we're going to take your hands behind the head and add the upper body into the mix. So you're going to breathe in to prepare, and on the exhale, scoop, curl, squeeze, and roll up with the upper body. Inhale, lower down and release. And again, start from the center. Scoop, squeeze, curl, and lower. And let your head rest in your hands. Feel your shoulder blades slide down and wide to help bring you up from the underside of your armpits. And then lower and rest. One more time, you're going to stay up and hold. And then from here, you're going to squeeze the ring and then just let the left knee open to the left and exhale, bring it center. Right knee on its own and back to center. Inhale, left, back to center, open on the right, back to center. We're doing one more each side. Open and center. Last one and center, and then lower, back down. Awesome job. We're going to take the ring from the inner thighs, give them a break for a moment, and then take your ring, turn it so you can position the pad under the base of your skull. You place your hands on the inside of the ring opposite your forehead, shrug the shoulders down, and then reach into your elbows. As your elbows reach, you'll feel your head just kind of levitate off of the mat. And that's what we want that head to experience throughout this next little while. As we move from our spine, the head just comes along. So we're going to practice. You're going to take your nice deep breath in, and on the exhale, feel those inner thighs still bright and active. Hovering, reaching the elbows forward, and then scoop, curl the tail under, and we're rounding up with the whole upper body. Inhale to lower. Exhale, scoop and curl. Inhale, rest down. And right back up. Hold here. On your next exhale, you're going to sink the low back into the mat a little deeper and float your right leg and lower it down. And send the elbows forward, float the left and lower and right and lower and left and lower. If you're happy there, stay. If not, you're going to bring the legs both up and take it instead into toe taps. This is a little bit more challenging on the core. So if you feel like you're losing connection there and starting to feel anything in your low back, you go right back to the marching version. It's the same movement, just a little more stable for your low back. And last one each side. Bring the knees up, lower the head and shoulders down. We're going to take the ring from behind the head and place it between the inner ankles. Now, legs are heavy, so they're going to feel a little less heavy the closer they are into the body. These are your choices for leg position. So close in is going to be the lowest intensity. Straight legs become a little bit more intense, and then legs lowering or moving away from the body become even more intense. So yes, you may want a really good challenge, but make sure you're choosing your position based on what feels right in your back. So we're going to try to keep the low back imprinted into the mat. And so for that, we're going to use our hands behind the head. We're going to curl up with the upper body, nod the chin, sink the low back into the mat, and pause there and check that we feel like our spine curves as if it's kind of resting into the curve of an eggshell, like we're a little baby chick on the inside of our shell still. Head and tail curled under. And then from here, we're going to take the next inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl a little higher and reach the arms long. We're going into the hundreds, so we're breathing in. So you can keep going just like this. And if you're feeling it, you may lengthen the legs. And if you're still feeling really solid and your low back is still connected into the mat, you're in that eggshell still, you can lower the legs away. And that's as far as I'm going. And we're breathing. And we're exhaling to deepen our core connection. We'll do 2 more rounds. One more. And then bring the knees in. Lower the head and shoulders down. And bring the ring from the ankles to the hands again. What I think I'm going to have us do next is a version of crisscross that I really like. So you're going to keep the knees into your chest. Rock around a little bit on your low back as needed. And then place the ring under the back of the head. From here, elbows again float forward. And that's what's going to hover the head off of the mat. And then as the elbows go further forward in space, you'll feel these engagement under the armpit into your obliques as you roll up off of the mat into your nice juicy ab curl. From here, we're going to keep the left knee in close, send the right leg out long and possibly a little lower, and then rotate and try to bring elbow and knee together. In this version of crisscross, we want them to come together and then come center and reach the left leg out long. Pull knee and elbow together and center. And for this version too, slow is really tough and worth the time to take. And center and reach out and twist. Really reach, really press the knee and the elbow together and center. You're going to feel the line across your body. We've been talking about obliques from armpit to hip. It really wakes up here. And reach. And center. And then for those of you that love to move fast, just do it. One more each side. And center. And lower down. And rest. We'll take the ring from there. I'm going to turn onto our side. For this series, we're going to need to change positions just a little bit. So we're going to take the ring to the foot end of the mat. You'll lengthen the bottom leg into the ring and then lower back down as you place the top foot atop the ring. Your head can rest on your bottom arm or rest in your hand, depending on what's most comfortable in your neck. And then from here, we're going to take the top leg and simply press down. And feel that come from a deep, low abdominal connection first. Try to ease off of effort in the arms and shoulders. They can help give us stability, but we don't want them to be really sort of gathering up in the direction of the neck. So you're squeezing down to feel those inner thighs again. You can have your toes pointed or the foot flexed, whatever kind of gives you the best sort of depth to your connection. And then we're going to pause and take the leg inside the ring, placing the outside of the ankle or calf against the pad on the inside and lift up. Not much movement here, but we're working on the same muscles that would lift the leg higher if we gave it permission to. So your bottom leg is actually also part of this, creating the stability to keep you grounded. So we're just pressing little pulses and trying to feel that action here, toning the low abdominals still. And then as you feel that warming up, you might be ahead of me, or you might need a few more reps. So go ahead and take them. But what we're going to do next is take the leg, again, outside of the ring and go into a turnout. So the toes and knee are turned up to the sky. We're going to use the ring as a launch pad for a nice big kick. So you're going to squeeze down and lift up. Find the ring and squeeze down and lift up. Squeeze and whee! So there's a little trampoline giving you this blast off. It's kind of fun. And one more, and then we'll take the leg into one of my favorite exercises with the ring. In this position, it's called When the Cow Jumped Over the Moon. So we're going to take the foot as the cow and bring it to the front of the ring. Let's lead with the heel for now. So heel down, and this is a little tougher at the back, heel down at the back. And again to the front and to the back. Good. If you can't make it to the mat in the back, don't be surprised. It requires some hip mobility back there, and if you don't have it, you'll have to turn open and you'll be falling back. So go ahead and just go slow and go as far as you can without falling, and then come back to the front. And then we'll go toes down in the back and to the front. And that might be a little bit easier for you or a little bit more difficult. Either way, enjoy. Let that booty get nice and warm. Shoulders down, low abdominals still supporting us, and then rest. We're going to place the foot inside the ring again to finish this side. Place both hands on the mat. You're going to use them both for support. You're going to engage into the ring, opening the top leg towards the sky and side bending to come up and lower down. Pulling the abdominals in as we rise and lower for bananas. And 3 more. Good. And 2. And 1, and rest. Now we're going to take the ring and let it come out of the picture while we switch directions, and maybe we'll just switch in this way. So for this, I've turned all the way around. For you, perhaps you'll stay, just as you are, and roll over and listen to my voice. Either is fine. So you've got your bottom foot stacked at the bottom of the ring and your top foot on top of the ring, supporting your head either on the bottom arm straight or with the elbow bent. Those are just a few of your options. And then shoulders down, hips open, and we squeeze down to begin. So we're using straight leg inner thighs, which feels different than the bent knee version we did with the ring. So that's just nice to explore what's familiar and what's different. My ring is aging, so it has a little bit more sort of creaks and cracks as it moves, which is just neither here nor there. Remember, you can have a flexed foot or a pointed foot, either way. And then same thing, we're going to step the foot inside, placing the outside of the lower leg against the pad and open. And this one is going to be a movement that's not super easy to spot, but it's coming from the hip joint, not the lower leg. So see if you can really try to feel the origin of the leg bone, right where it meets your hip on the side. So we're right around here, and you're moving, opening, open, open, open. And then you're going to take the foot to the top again, this time with the heel turned down, toes turned up, and you're going to use the ring for a little launch pad. You're going to squeeze down and kick, and squeeze down and kick, and squeeze down and kick. Good. Try to keep the top hip stacked so that the leg coming up doesn't cause you to scrunch into a side bend. And then a couple more, whee, letting that work put you into a bit of a stretch, and then take the leg down, and we're going into the cow jumping over the moon. So the heel first, the heel to the back, and repeat. As you do this, try to keep the foot close to the ring just for this extra element of control, but not running into it. which I have done a number of times already. And then toes to the mat in the front and toes to the mat in the back. There's a little hint of internal rotation in the hip, which just changes which muscles are working the most. Still all in that hip. 2 more to the back, front, 1 more to the back, and front. And then inside the ring we go. We're going to do our bananas. So we're 5 total. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Lift up and lower. And send your toes out long or your heels out long. Reach to the crown of the head. So you're getting further away from your toes, not getting higher as much. Good. I think we might have done 5, but here's 1 more for good measure, and then lower down and rest. We'll bend the knees and bring the ring with us as we turn onto our tummy. It's time for some upper body work. So what we're going to do to start is just place the head to one side and breathe for a moment. Let's let the arms rest down by our sides and rock the hips side by side. Just loosening things up. And then you're going to take your pelvis and try to engage it down into the mat. So your asses and your pubic bone press down. So it's not a super tuck, but you're using your glutes and hamstrings to flatten the front of your hips into the mat. And then from there, you're going to activate the legs, but they can be a little bit apart. And let's turn the heels in, toes out. And then from there, turn your forehead towards the mat, placing your hands alongside your shoulders. You're just going to float your heart forward a little bit. So you're not coming up and your hands are barely involved. They're just resting on the mat, shrugging the shoulders down. And in fact, let's slide the hands towards our low waist and watch our elbows rise up a little bit as our shoulders continue to draw back. Hold there, and then deepen your connections of this energy down into the pelvis, and we'll hover the hands. And just breathe for 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Now we're going to take the ring and place it over our booty, holding onto the sides. You can hook your thumbs to the inside, and then reach your shoulders back. Reach your chest forward, and press your pelvis into the mat, just as you've done. Keep the feet down, hover the shoulders back. Careful not to come up so high that you're really using that low back. Stay a little bit more low so you can have that upper back activated. And then we're just going to hover the ring towards the sky. And we're going to do 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. You can turn your head to the other side so you can have balance in your neck. And then we're going to do 1 more set with the legs in motion. So you're going to hover your forehead just off the mat. Reach your shoulders back. Engage your pelvis down, and on this version, you're going to float the legs first. As the legs are active and lifted, now you're going to reach your chest forward just a little bit. So you're going to stay much lower for this version and hold, and then reach your shoulders back more and squeeze the heels in and open, and heels in and open, and squeeze and open. Bring it, the tops of the thighs together. That's really what's active. Shoulders rolling back. And 3, and 2, and 1. Pull together and rest down. As your head rests to one side, you'll set the ring aside, take your hands to the mat, and press back into a child's pose. Whew. Some good work for the back of the arms, shoulders, glutes, just all kinds of good stuff. If you'd like, you can have your knees together or knees apart for the most comfort for your body, letting the back of your body have a restorative few moments. 1 more big breath in. Allow the muscles of your back to expand, and then exhale, melt all the way down. And then from here, we're going to come forward into an all-fours position. I'm going to take our ring with us. So what we're going to do now is position the ring so that it's centered at our sternum, the firm but sort of padded part of the ring against our firm breastbone. And then we're going to organize around that on the mat. So we're about to do some push-ups if you haven't done this before. The first version I'm going to show you is a kneeling version so that you can be, so you can modify as you need to. And then as you get more comfortable, you might try it with straight legs. So the kneeling version requires that we back our knees up a little bit. You can keep your toes down or lifted as you bring your hips forward and organize around that so that you're in a kneeling plank position. Opening the front of the hips, drawing the abdominals in, shoulders down, and then bending. Elbows to lower and lift. The ring is going to help you, so if it's uncomfortable at all in the sternum, you might appreciate it more once you get into the actual exercise. So for the full straight leg version, I'll demonstrate now. If you're kneeling, you can stay set up as you were before. Step back with one foot, step back with the other. Shoulders down and back, draw the abdominals in, and here we go for 8 and 7 and 6. Use that ring, but really feel your arms so strong. And 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and rest. If I miscounted, I apologize. I think I went under by 1. So we're going to set the ring aside and take all of that empowering energy from our push-ups into one sort of final hoorah for our abdominals. So you're going to take the ring and set it between your inner ankles, and then start with enough room behind you to roll down as we get into a little rolling exercise. So we're going to start by just rocking back a little bit, floating the feet off of the mat into a balance point. Initially, we're going to start slow, so you're going to keep the feet lifted, draw the shoulders down, curl the tail under, and roll back. And then pause, breathe, exhale, send the legs away, and roll back up. So you're doing something similar to where we started. Rolling up, using the legs pressing away from you to help you engage the abdominals back, to help us get that nice peel through the low back. So you can stay with this version if it's working for you. If you'd like to proceed on, we're going to go into rolling like a ball in this exact same position. So you're going to just stay active the whole time, pressing the knees into your hands, tucking the tail under, rounding the low waist. We're going to inhale, exhale to rock forward and balance. Inhale, curling back. Exhale, rising up. Inhale. And one more. And then pause and balance. And now this is optional. If you feel up for it, you might straighten the legs. For open leg rocker, you might move your hands to the lower legs. If not, stay with the option that's been working for you. I'm dangerously close to my core line, so I'm just gonna quickly adjust. Have fun. Wobbling is part of open leg rocker. One more time, back and coming back up. I mean, it smooths out as we practice. Hold there. Reach the arms long. We're going into teaser, rolling down. Legs can come over the hips. Arms reach back, forward, and up, and rolling back down. You are welcome to do bent knee, teaser. You're welcome to assist yourself on the way back and on the way up. Bringing yourself up. Lift the chest, lift the heart, scoop, and roll back down. Bend the knees, rest. Take your ring out of the center and just give yourself a nice squeeze and rock. You can take your feet in your hands, outside of the feet, elbows to the inside of your knees, and rock around like a truly happy baby that just played and rolled around and now feels all warm and accomplished. And then you're just going to take your hands to the back of the thighs and rock and roll up to a seated position. Time to cool it down. You've done a lot of good work in not too long of a session, so hopefully you're feeling like you could use a little stretch, because that's where we're headed next. We're going to bring the ring into our mermaid. So you're going to take your hands to the outside, but thread your thumbs. No, I'm sorry. I'd like to do the full hand on the inside of the ring. So take your hands into this position, open the ring with your arms, and feel that energy from the back and sides of your shoulders. From there, reach your arms up to the sky. We're sitting in our Z-sit position right now. We're taking our side bend over in the direction of our toes on our outside foot, and then rising back up. And exhale, continue to open the ring as you side bend stretching out those obliques. You worked so much. Crisscross and teaser and open leg rocker. Plank, you did all of those things and they all use your obliques. Now you're going to come up and over into your side bend, and on your next exhale you're going to twist and rotate down. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist and rotate down. Opening can even go a little farther, looking up towards the sky and rolling back down, and open, and then come all the way up. Release the arms, set the ring there, swing your legs to the other side, and we'll go on to side two. So you'll place the back of your hand into the ring and then turn the ring open. Shrug the shoulders down. Feel the shoulder blades draw down as the arms float overhead. Breathe in and exhale, over we go. And inhale up and exhale over. Keep going, breathe and lengthen. Feel that right side now or left, wherever you are, spacious and opening. Then pause, take your next exhale and rotate down. Inhale, open, and exhale, twist, and inhale, open, and exhale one more time, and take it all the way to the sky, and then all the way up, and lower the arms down. Take your ring in your hands, and come to sit cross-legged to finish. Awesome work. I hope you had fun. Stay tuned for more videos by subscribing to this YouTube channel. I'll be posting more with other props that I hope you have in your home. If you are interested in other types of workouts, please just message me and follow me on Instagram at arwenbrooke_Pilates. Hope to hear from you and see you soon.